Hey guys, I want to just jump on. I don't know, there's something weighing on me. And I don't know, I think I'm just a little emotional tonight, but this is also just something that I've been thinking about since this morning. So I don't remember how many of you know or whatever, but my day job is in eating disorders. And when I say eating disorders, some people get confused on what that is. We're talking people who are literally afraid of food. So anorexia, bulimia, some other funky ones that they're in there now. But I mean, I see people all day long who are like 80% of what they should weigh. Their BMIs are like the 15 to, I don't know, like 13 to 18 range. Like really, I'm talking really low body weight people and people who are like really broken inside here about food. So I'm going to this conference this week that's more learning about eating disorders and the medical complications and how I can be a better doc to help with them with these. And my heart breaks for it, guys. I don't know. It's just weighing on me. So here's the thing. The statistic that was shared today was that the average U.S. American woman has a BMI of 29. So we can argue and like go back and forth and debate like what is BMI a good gauge, is it not, the whole 9 yards. But the bottom line is 29, anything above 25 is considered overweight. 30 is your obese. So they're saying that essentially that the average American is in the overweight category, which for most people that is an actual decent gauge. There are very exceptions, we can argue about that. The average Miss America contestant, their BMI is 16.9. For anorexia, you have to be less than 17.5. So we're talking significantly underweight. And guys, this just breaks my heart on so many levels because I sat in this conference and in some ways I'm kind of quiet about what I do outside of there because I'm a little worried about what some of my colleagues might misconstrue it as. I don't ever want you guys to think that personally or for yourselves that I want you to be at some amazing ideal. Like that breaks my heart to think that anyone would think that. But I know that that's how some people misconstrue it. And guys, I don't know, like I don't even know if you can feel like hear the passion in here, like in the gut. Food is fuel. We need it. And yes, I want you guys to make good choices, but I also want you to splurge sometimes, and I don't want you to have an unhealthy relationship with food. But on the other hand, I don't want you to have an unhealthy relationship with food. I don't want it to be, man, I'm feeling really emotional. This is how I feel tonight, guys. Straight up honest. I'm feeling really emotional. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit stressed and a little bit tired. And I just want to eat a ton of chocolate. And like that isn't a healthy relationship with food either. So I have coffee, which, you know what, people could argue with me about that too, but it's a good go-to for me. It's decaf. It kind of hits that need for me. But yeah, and you know, so I'm sitting at this conference. And the guy behind me wants to argue about whether or not these people need to have better gut bacteria. And the gal up front wants to argue about whether or not we're giving them enough high fiber foods, fruits, vegetables, and organics. Can we just say that if we are seriously nitpicking on organics and whether or not we need to do that, when we can't even figure out your basic eating, we've missed the whole point. So if you want to talk about that, I am happy to talk about that. And I'm sure that if you haven't heard, my thoughts on it might surprise you. But if we can't get the basics down of just fueling our bodies appropriately on good and bad, on the, not good and bad, on the heavier side or the thinner side, if we can't just get down the basics of food and fuel and that side, we've missed the whole point if we're going to nitpick on organic versus not organic or what micronutrients, bacteria junk we need to put in. And let's work here. And let's work here. And I don't know, like if you guys have read Lisa TerKeurst's Made to Crave, just basically like don't use food to fuel and to fill the hole that you have in your heart, but also don't use it to manipulate it in the other way, that you're doing so well cutting calories and losing weight that you go off the deep end. So if you guys are struggling at all, please talk to me. This is way too long and probably just way too emotional, but it's weighing on me and it's in my heart, and I just had to share. So hope you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later.